Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to masterclass of Sudoku.
Not the camera, no?
Hello. Hi. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you so much. We're just starting our Sudoku workshop in a minute. Um, I see a lot of people have joined. Please tell your classmates and your friends as well. You can just share the link from the URL bar above. Okay. We'll start in 5 minutes. Till then, you can share this link with all your friends and classmates and mentors, and make sure your parents join as well. If you're a student, and make sure your children join as well. If you're a parent, our resource person is here. We are very excited to start the Sudoku workshop and very excited and thankful that you have joined. Okay, right. Okay, we'll have a resource person now. Please welcome Miss Dolly.
Hey everyone. Welcome to all of you to masterclass Sudoku. Okay? So I hope you all are doing well. So yeah, so we are right now we are streaming in different countries like America, UK. So for some of you it's noon, for some of you it's evening time, right? So just gear up, have pen and paper with you. Okay? So shall we start now? All right. So let's start. So today is the Sudoku workshop, as I mentioned. So the very first thing that we are going to do is we will be just get to know about Sudoku, what exactly the Sudoku is. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have like you have solved Sudoku, and maybe you like solving Sudoku. So guys, can you tell me, do you like solving Sudoku? You can just write in chat yes or no. You can answer maybe. So that would be really great for me, right? So it's kind of a brain teasing puzzle, right? And we can also say that it's it's one of the brain activation exercise as well, right? So it also helps to sharp our brain. It's like one of the brain activation exercise. All right, so let's start now. So what exactly the Sudoku is, if anyone can tell me? I hope you all have seen Sudoku, I guess, right? So what exactly the Sudoku is, if anyone can answer? So yeah, Sudoku is nothing but it's like a puzzle, right? It's like a playground. It has a lot of numbers. It has grids you must have observed. I would like to show you one of the Sudoku here. Let me show you. So here you can see. So this is nothing but a Sudoku. It has rows, it has columns over here, right? And all we have to do is we have to fill the numbers inside these empty spaces. Is it? So yeah, so today what we will be doing, we will be solving Sudoku. We will be learning different tips and tricks as well to solve Sudoku as well. Okay? All right. So before moving ahead, we should know like what is the history of the Sudoku, from where it came. All right. So if anyone knows the country China, you must have heard about the country China, where from you know, the roots of the Sudoku are there only. But the modern Sudoku that we solve, it is born in Japan. Okay, and now it has its own special day as well. So guys, you know, we celebrate Earth Day, we celebrate Environment Day, we celebrate different types of days, right? So in the same way, we also celebrate Sudoku Day. So does anyone know when do we celebrate Sudoku Day? If anyone has any idea about it, I would love to hear some answers from here for this question. Okay, so yes, it's today. All right, so we celebrate Sudoku Day on 9th September. So what we do on this day, the lot of, you know, I will say the people who solve Sudoku, we can say them the super smart brain. So a lot of super smart brains come together, they solve Sudoku and have fun. So I hope you also like enjoy while solving Sudoku, because I personally, I love it. Since like when I was young, I used to solve Sudoku. Okay. All right. So the very first thing that you should know, there are, you know, different variants in Sudoku. Okay, but the most common Sudoku you must have seen is known as classic Sudoku. Okay, but yes, as I said, it has lot of variants. Like we play game, in the game what happened, we have different levels. Whenever we clear a level, we just keep, you know, moving ahead and ahead, like we reach out some difficult levels and all the stuff. So in the same way, Sudoku has its own different levels, which we say variants. All right, so the very first thing that we are going to do, we will be discussing the variants. So here we are. The very first thing that we have is mini Sudoku. Then mini Sudoku has 4x4, 6x6 grid. I'll just explain you. Then we have mega Sudoku, okay, which is 12x12, 16x16. Once you are very good with mini, then we can switch to the mega. Then we have word Sudoku, math Sudoku, irregular, and the killer Sudoku as well. But it doesn't end here. It has, you know, we have many more levels. All right. So first, before moving to the rules, I would love to show you different variants. Yeah. So if you can see here, so this is the mini Sudoku. It's 4x4. So let's understand this first. So in the Sudoku, what do we have? We have these sleeping lines, right, which we call them rows, if you can see, or horizontal line we say. So it has 4 rows, and I have mentioned as R1, R2, R3 and R4. Now moving ahead, we have columns. So how many columns it has? Again, if you see 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it has 4 rows and 4 columns. So that's why we say this 4 by 4 Sudoku, or we can say it's 4 by 4 grid. Now moving on, if you see, it has 4 separate blocks also, the one which is highlighted. Let me show you this. So this is the block. So how many blocks do we have here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. It has 4 blocks. Okay, so what we got to know till now, we have 4 rows, we have 4 columns, and further we have 4 blocks. Now in each block, again you see there are 4 cells, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here you can also see 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is 4 by 4. Now I'm going to ask you another different question. I will show you the Sudoku, and you have to guess which type of variant is it. Okay, so how many rows this Sudoku has? So if we count we will see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So as I said, rows are nothing but sleeping line, horizontal line. So we can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It has 6 rows. Now, how many columns it has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It has 6 columns. So, what kind of variant is it? Is it 4 by 4 or is it 6 by 6? Yes, it is 6 by 6. Okay. Now, let's see the another variant, which is here. So, how many rows it has? Even I have, I have done the label also in terms of rows and columns. So, how many rows it has? 8 or 9? Yes, it is going till 9. So, it has 9 rows and it has 9 columns. It is 9 by 9 Sudoku, we can say. Okay, it has 9 rows, 9 columns. Further, you can see it has 9 big blocks, which is further divided into small 9 cells where we fill the numbers. Okay, that's great. So now I hope it's clear to you. And one more thing, the 9 by 9 Sudoku, what do we call it? It's the classic Sudoku. Okay, now let's move ahead. Yeah, so now we are ready to move for the rules. As we know all the basic terms, right? It has rows, it has columns, it has blocks, and it has small cells. Okay, all right. So here is the rule. It says every rows and columns must be filled with the numbers from 1 to 9. So here we have taken a Sudoku, 9 by 9 Sudoku, I will say. And what we have to do, so here we have rows 1, 2, 3, okay, 9 rows are here, 9 columns are here. So in each row, I will say, these are the rows, if you can see, each rows should have numbers filled 9 by 9. Okay, and before telling the rule, I just want to say one thing. You all will have to answer in chat. If you are not able to answer in chat, like you are not able to write anything, okay, you have to just press refresh. Okay, you have to hit the refresh button. Okay, you just have to refresh it and you are all set to answer. Okay, yeah. So as we were discussing rules, so when it comes to rule, we just have to fill the numbers. Okay, so let me explain that to you. So we'll start with 4 by 4. So in 4 by 4, we just have to fill this with the numbers 1, 2, 4. But again, there is a certain rule. You have to fill numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 by here, 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 and here. The number could be in any sequence, but make sure it should not be repeated. All right, same with the column. Okay, so in this column, you can fill the number by 1, 2, 3. In this column, you can fill the cells with the number 1, 2, 3. Now in this column you can fill, and in this column you can fill, but again we have to make sure the numbers are not being repeated, okay, in one particular row or in one particular column. Okay, so these are the 2 rules. Are we clear with that? You just hit thumbs up. You can reply in chat with thumbs up if we are clear with this. Then we'll move ahead. Okay, now moving on, let's talk about the blocks. As I mentioned, so we have to fill these small cells, like here we have rows, here we have rows with the numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, as it's 4 by 4 grid. Okay, but the number should not be repeated. Same we have to do with columns. In the columns, we have to fill the columns with the numbers from 1 to 4. And again, in each column, we have to make sure the numbers are not being repeated. Okay, and here comes the third rule, where we have to take care whatever the numbers we are filling in this particular block, again the number should not be repeated and the number should be from 1 to 4, as it's 4 by 4 grid. Okay, I'll just give you one example. Like here we have 1, 2 and 3. I'm just writing random numbers. That is correct, because in this particular block the numbers are not being repeated. But if I will go this way, so that is incorrect, because in this particular cell, you see the numbers are being repeated. Which number is being repeated here? It's 2, okay? So we have to be very careful while we are solving the Sudoku. Okay, so the 3 rules are here. We have to fill the numbers in rows, in the columns, and in the blocks, and we'll have to make sure the numbers are not being repeated. Okay, similarly, if we move ahead with 6 by 6 grid, so again we have to fill the numbers here from 1 to 6. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay. So again, the number should not be repeated while we are filling the rows or columns or a block. Same with the classic Sudoku 9 by 9. We have to fill the numbers from 1 to 9 in each cell, whatever the numbers are missing here. And we have to take care the numbers are not being repeated in one particular row, in one particular column, and for that particular block itself. Okay? So I hope we are clear with rules now. Okay? So if you guys are clear with rule, just show me a thumbs up like this. Okay? That's perfect. Now let's move ahead. So we have done with the variants, we have done with rules. Okay? Now the most important part comes the techniques. So there are many techniques to solve a Sudoku, right? So we have many techniques to solve a Sudoku, okay? So let's start with the techniques. So here comes the first technique, low hanging fruit, okay? So Sudoku, as I said, it involves empty spaces with the numbers. It could be 1 to 9, it could be 1 to 4, it could be 1 to 6, okay? And we have to fill the numbers without repeating, okay? So in the low hanging fruit, what we do, we just have to find out the maximum row or the maximum columns which is filled, or we can find out the maximum blocks. So we have to take care of 3 things, rows, columns and blocks, okay? So as I mentioned, this is the best way to get started with the solving Sudoku puzzle, okay? The rows, columns and blocks that already have the most number filled in, okay? And based on that, we can figure out what could be the next number that we can put, okay? All right, so I will show you an example here. So if you can see here, let's take an example of this Sudoku. First I would like to ask one question. What kind of Sudoku is it? I'm giving you 3 options, you're gonna guess. Is it 2 by 2? Is it 4 by 4? Or it's 6 by 6? Come on guys, write your answer in chat. So you have 5 seconds. Is it 2 by 2 Sudoku? Or is it 4 by 4? Or is it 6 by 6? So you can put your answer in chat, kids. Come on. Yeah, so the answer is it's 4 by 4 Sudoku. Yeah, I got the correct answer. That's very correct, Pranav. Well done. Well done. Well done. Good. That's pretty great. Yeah, so it's 4 by 4 Sudoku. Now, as I said, now we have to find out the most filled block, row or column. So can anyone tell me, what did you find here? Did you find any block which is most filled? So let's give the name, okay? This is block 1, this is block 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so you guys can answer, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 blocks. You can answer which one is the most filled, which one has the most numbers in it. Come on. Yeah, I got the answer. Okay, that's great, kid. You are giving the answer. It's 4 by 4. That's very correct. Very correct. Well done. But my next question is, as we are going by the low-hanging fruit technique, we have to find out a block which has most number filled in it. It's block 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Block 3. I got one answer. Block 3. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. Anyone else? Block 2 and 4. Tanishq. Well done, Tanishq. That's very correct. Very correct. Okay. Yeah. So we got here 2 blocks, right? It's block 2 and it's block 4. Both have 3 numbers filled in it, inside it, right? All right, so now let's see here. So let's talk about block 2 first, okay? So in block 2, we have 1, 2, 3. So which number is missing here? Can anyone answer? Which number is missing in block 2? I'm waiting for the answer. Come on, kids, gear up. Which number is missing in block 2? So in block 2, what we have to do? Yeah, that's correct, Tanish. That's correct, Munawar, Pranav. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. You're really being active in the session. That's correct. Yes, so it's nothing but number 4. All right, now let's go with block 4. Okay, in block 4, which number is missing? Let me give a guess. Is it 5? Can we put 5? Yes or no? You guys can answer. Come on. Is it 5 or is it 4? What can we put here? Yes, it's again 4 because it's 4 by 4 grid and we have to put the number till 4 only. It's 1, 2, 3 or 4. That's correct. Very well done. Perfect. Okay, now let's talk about this one. Okay, I hope it's visible to everyone. So here what you have to do, you have to find out most filled column. Okay, so let's give the name to the columns first. Column 1, column 2, column 3 and column 4. So can anyone answer which is the most filled column here? It's 1, 2, 3 or 4. Come on. I'm talking about the second Sudoku. This one is the second one and you have to find out the most filled column. You can write C2, C1, you can give the answer in this way. Okay, I'm getting the answer column 2. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, column 2 is correct. Now, which number is missing in column 2? Again, you have to figure out from 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the correct answer? Okay, Tanishq, you have to answer for column 2 here. If you can see column 2 in the second Sudoku, the one which is on the right hand side. In column 2, which number is missing? Yeah, that's very correct. In column 2, which number is missing? Yes, it's nothing but 2. That's correct. Well done, kids. Well done. Well done. You guys are going great. So this technique is nothing but low-hanging fruit. Okay. So we can use this technique and don't forget this because at the end of the session, we are going to use this technique and we are going to solve Sudoku as well. Okay. Now, let's move to the next technique. Okay. So it's nothing but elimination. So if you see the word elimination, it has its own meaning. We just have to eliminate the number. We have to guess some numbers and then we have to eliminate some of them and we have to find out the correct one. Okay. So let me give you an example. Okay. So here you can see this example which shows that the number 7 can be inserted in the red cells. But why is that? So let's understand this. Okay. So if you can see here, the 7 is already here. Okay. Now we cannot put 7 in this whole column. Okay. So that's why we are left with the option either we can put here or we can put in this red cell, either in this red cell, but we cannot put 7 here. So what we have done here, we have made a choice. Okay, we have made a choice to eliminate 7. Okay, and what's the reason behind that? Because we cannot, the numbers cannot be repeated. Okay, so this is how we can remove a number and that's called nothing but elimination technique. Okay, now there is a one term that you should know, notes. What are notes in Sudoku? Okay, so when we use elimination technique, there we use notes as well. We need notes actually. Okay, let me show you once. So using the notes we can eliminate. Okay. Okay. So as we were discussing about the notes, let me show you what exactly is it. Okay, so this is a website I am using, sudoku.com. So it's, it's very easy to use. You guys can use it for practice as well, and I will definitely drop the link also in the description box. Okay, so if I click over here in notes, so in the notes, let's say what I am assuming, maybe in the first here, so if you see here in this 1, 2, 3, 4, in the fourth row there are 2 cells which are empty. Okay. So can anyone tell me what are the possible numbers that we can fill? First, we have to find out which 2 numbers are missing. It's 9 by 9 Sudoku. Okay. So which 2 numbers are missing here? So I know it's 1 is missing, right? So I will click on notes, I will click over here and I will press 1. Okay. So first we have to turn on the 1. Okay. We have to turn on the notes here. We'll click on the box, we'll press 1. Okay. Wait. Now I hope it's visible to everyone. But it could be 1 or it could be 7 as well. So I'll write this. Okay. Now I'll move here, and here I will also write 1 and 7. Okay. Now further we can decide by looking at the rows and columns which number we want to keep here. Either it could be 1 or 7. So we can eliminate the numbers accordingly. So this is how we can add notes. Notes means we can write all the possible numbers. Okay. Now we have to look if it's repeating or not repeating, and based on that we make the decision to remove any one of the number or 2 numbers or 3 numbers. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are eliminating the numbers. Like here what I have done, I have eliminated 1 and I have kept 7. This is just an example. Okay. So this is called elimination technique. Okay. So now I hope it's pretty much clear to everyone about the notes. So you can see here in the notes we have kept 5 numbers also, 3 numbers also. So whatever the possible numbers are there, you can put. It's not there is no compulsion that you have to put 2 numbers, you have to put 3 numbers. Okay. So I hope this much is clear to everyone. Okay. Alright, so now let's just, we are here, we are in this slide now where we will be solving Sudoku. Okay, so you have learned 2 techniques here. Okay, the very first one is low hanging and second one is the elimination using notes. Alright, so you have to keep in mind these 2 or then we'll proceed ahead. Okay, so are you all ready? Now you have to sit with your pen and paper. I'm going to show you Sudoku. So we'll start with 4 by 4, we'll solve that one first, okay, using these 2 techniques. Okay, so are you all ready? Just type in chat, yes, just get your pen and paper quickly. So shall we start? So this is very beginners, I will say, 4 by 4 Sudoku. As I informed you about it, we have to fill in the numbers with 1, 2, 3, 4 inside the each cell. And again, we have to be very careful whether the numbers are repeating or not. Okay, because if the numbers are repeating, again we have to think of something else. So in each rows, in each column, we have to make sure the numbers are not repeating, and we have to make sure in the block itself the numbers are not repeating. There are 3 points we have to keep in mind. Now moving on, what we did, we learned low hanging fruit technique, right, where we have to find out the most filled rows, we have to find out the most filled column, or we have to find out the most filled block. Okay. Then what we did, we learned about notes. So I have notes are clear to everyone. We just, in each cell we put the possible numbers, whatever the possible number could be there. Alright, and based on our observation we just remove those numbers, right? That means we are eliminating those numbers. So what do we call that? We call that elimination technique. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so with the very first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to start with a 4 by 4. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you all have your pen and paper with you. Okay, so let me erase the other things. Okay, now we are good to go. Okay, so the very first thing again we are going to do is we have to find out the most filled block. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the name here. This is block 1. I will use a different pen actually. This is block 1, this is block 2, 3 and 4. Oh, here I can see the in block 2 there are no numbers at all, so that's gonna be quite challenging for you guys. Okay, now let's start. So let's find out the most filled block. Okay, so can anyone answer which block do you see which are most filled? Come on, please answer in chat. I'm just going through the chats one by one. Okay, I got the answer 3 and 2, but 2 is not filled yet. It has no numbers at all. 3 and 4, Tanishk has answered. That's really great. That's really great. Sukumar has answered 3. Oh, someone has solved it. That's really great. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. So here I got the answer 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are completely most filled. I will not say completely filled, but yeah, these are the most filled blocks. Okay. So what do you think? Which number is missing? So let's start with block 3. Okay. So what do you think, guys? Which number is missing here? Is it 5? Or is it 6? Or is it 3? So now you have to answer in block 3 which number is missing. Can anyone answer? I'm repeating my question once again. In block 3, which number is missing? Which number should I write here? Come on. Okay, I got answer in block 3. It's 3. Okay, that's great, Tanishk. That's really great. Well done. Okay, anyone else? So I'm just repeating my question once again. So I got block 3 and block 4, which is most filled. Okay, so first I'm moving to solve block 3. Now in block 3, you have to see there is a number 1, 2 and 4. You have to answer which number is missing here. Okay, so which number should I put here? In block 3, 3 is missing. That's really great. Great. Okay, I'll wait like for a few seconds and then I'll write the answer. I'm just expecting more answers. Okay, 3, everyone is saying 3. Okay, then let's go with 3 because it's 4 by 4 Sudoku and we can only put the number still 4. All right, so the correct answer is 3. Well done, kids. All right, now let's move to block 4. So in block 4, we have number 1, 3 and 4. Okay, so what do you think? Which number is missing here? Which number is missing here? So I'm repeating the question once again. Now we are moving to block 4. So in block 4, 3 numbers are already filled. We have to find out which number is missing in block 4. Okay, that's great. 2. Yes, I'm getting the answer 2. That's okay. Let's wait for a few more seconds. I'm expecting more answers as well. Okay. Two. Okay, someone has answered 3 as well. So I'm repeating the question once again. So we are moving to this block 4. We are solving block 4, and in block 4 there is a one cell which is empty. We need to fill it with a number. So which number is missing? Yes, I got the answer. It's nothing but 2. Okay, let's put 2. Well done, guys. And congratulations to all of you as well. We have solved 2 blocks here, right? Now 2 more are left. Okay, so now here there are no numbers. Okay, so what should we do? In block 2, there are no numbers. Even in block 1 itself, there are only 2 numbers. So there is 1 here and there is 2 here. So it's 3 and 4. So even here also, in this cell also, we can write 3 or we can write 4. And in this cell also, I can write 3 or I can write 4. It could be any number here, right? So what I have used here, I have wrote all the possible numbers. Can you see? So that means I have used notes. Okay? So this is how you can use notes. Okay? Now, let's discuss this first column. So in the first column, you can see 4 is already here. That means we cannot put 4. Okay? So what we are supposed to do here? We are supposed to eliminate 4. Okay, bye-bye 4, you have to go. And we have to take 3 only. So I'm going to write 3. Okay? So this is called elimination technique. Okay? So now I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay? Now you have to answer for column 2. Okay? So in column 2, I still have to guess 3 or 4. Okay? So you can see now 3 is already here, right? Even we can't take 3 because 3 is repeating. 1, 3 is here and other 3 is at the end of the column. So again, we can't keep 3 here. That means we have to eliminate 3. Alright, so let me eliminate it and I'm going to keep 4 over here. Okay? Okay, so this was it. Now we have the last block left. Okay, so in the last block, now I'm expecting some answers from all of you guys. Okay, so let's discuss the first cell. Okay, so in the first cell, what I see, it could be any number again, but let's go with rows. So in this first row, you can see there is a number 3, there is a number 4. So which 2 numbers are missing? In first row, which 2 numbers are missing? Let's answer. So 3 and 4 are already here. So in first row, which 2 numbers are missing? So it's 1 and 2, right? I'm getting the answers. It's 1 and 2. Okay, so let's write 1, 2. Again, I'm adding the notes here. Okay? Now, let's put the note again. Now, let's talk about row 2. Okay? So this was row 1. In row 1, 1 and 2 are missing. So, I have kept as note. Okay? Now, let's talk about row 2. Okay? So, in row 2, there is 1, there is 2. Which 2 numbers are missing in row 2? Okay? Please answer. Which 2 numbers are missing in row 2? Okay, please write your answer in chat. Three and 4. I got the first answer, 3 and 4. Three and 4, yes, yes, come on, that's very correct. That's very correct. 3 and 4, yes. Okay, now let's write 3 and 4 here and 3 and 4 here as notes. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do next, now we'll just have to cross check and eliminate the numbers. Okay. So what should I keep in the, if I talk about this first cell, it's 1 and 2. Now we have to make choice. What number can we put here? Is it 1 or 2? So we'll just have to go through this way. Okay, it's 3 and 4 here. We have nothing to do with this. But if I go down, 2 is already here. That means which number we'll have to eliminate here? It's 2. Okay, so we're going to keep 1. So it's decided. Now based on that, again, here we can decide now what number we're going to keep, 3 or 4. So obviously we are going to eliminate 4 because 4 is already here. Okay. So I am just going to erase 4. So now we have the number here 1 and 3, and we have completed column 3. Okay. Now let's move ahead for the fourth column. Okay. So in the fourth column, now you can take the answer, which number should I eliminate here? Okay. I'm repeating again, which number should I eliminate here? Which number should I eliminate here? So we have 3, 4, 1. So I'm waiting for the answers. Which number should I eliminate from this last cell? In first row, last cell, which number should I eliminate? I'm waiting for the answer, guys. Come on. Yes, I got the answer. Okay. 1. That's very correct. That's very correct. Okay, so let's eliminate 1, and there we go. Yeah, it's 2. That's very perfect. Okay, now we are left with this last cell. Okay, so in the last cell we have 3 and 4. So now guys, you have to answer, which number should I eliminate from here? Is it 3 or is it 4? I'm talking about this one. Which number should I eliminate? 3 or 4? I'm waiting for the answers. Which number should be eliminated from 3 and 4? Okay, let me repeat my question. So this is the last cell left where there are 2 numbers, 3 and 4. Which one should I eliminate, 3 or 4? Yes, we have to eliminate 4, and there we go. So that's very well done. You all have solved this Sudoku. Okay, so I hope it's very much clear to you how do we use the elimination technique, how do we use notes, and how do we use this low hanging fruit technique. Okay, so here we have completed our one Sudoku, that is 4 by 4. Okay, now time to move on for the next one. Are you all ready? So I hope you all are ready, because as we discussed, this is the very easy level, very beginner level, and I'm very pretty sure you have learned the techniques and you are going to use these techniques further as well. Okay, so moving on, we will be going for the 6 by 6 Sudoku. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so now for this we have to be very much concentrated. Okay, we have to pay attention as well and have pen and paper with you. Okay, so let's get started. So again, the very first thing that we are going to do is we will have to find out the most filled row or column or a block. Okay, so we have to find out here the most filled row, column or a block. So let's do that. Okay, so can anyone answer which is the most filled row and column here? So what we can do here, again here we can divide this into the rows and columns. Okay, so let's do that. So here how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And how many columns we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I guess it's 9 by 9 Sudoku, is it? Is it 9 by 9 Sudoku? Come on, please answer here. Is it 9 by 9 Sudoku or 6 by 6 Sudoku? I'm expecting an answer. Is it 9 by 9 or 6 by 6? So what type of Sudoku is it? Is it 9 by 9 or it's 6 by 6? Yes, since it has 6 rows and 6 columns, and I also mentioned we are going to solve 6 by 6 Sudoku. So yes, it's 6 by 6 Sudoku. Okay. Now, so here what we have to do, we have to fill the numbers from 1 to 6. Okay. All right. So again, let's find out the most filled row, column or block. I see there is a row which is most filled. This is the one hint that I have given you. There is a one row which is most filled. Okay. So now I need help from you kids and you're gonna tell me which is the most filled row here. Okay. You can answer as R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 or R6. So which is the most filled row here? Okay, R6, yes, that's very correct, R6, R6, okay, yes, so it's nothing but R6. So here you can see we have, so let's solve this itself, okay, R6. So what we will be doing, first we will be solving R6, okay. Now, two numbers are missing, so which two numbers are missing? So we can see there are two numbers missing, which is 1 and 2. So I'm going to write as notes 1 and 2, 1 and 2. But I'm not very sure like where should I write 1 and where should I write 2. So that's why I have kept both of them here. Okay. Now moving ahead, but what I see here, I cannot put 2 here. Why? Because 2 is already here in this column. As remember the rule, we cannot repeat anything. Okay, so I'm gonna remove 2 from here and it's decided, okay, that 1 will stay there and 2 will stay here. Okay, now I see one thing here which there is a block. This one block, I got a block now which has most number filled in. So which block is it? Is it block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6? Now you have to answer which is the most filled block with the numbers here. Is it block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, 5 or 6? Come on. Which block is most filled with the numbers? So you can write the answer in chat, kids. Come on. Yes, that's very correct. It's 6. Okay, that's very perfect. It's nothing but 6. Sixth block has the most number. It has all 5 numbers. Only one number is missing. It's 1. It has 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and we just have to write 4. And we did it, right? So here we have solved one block. Now this is going to help us a lot to find the other numbers. Okay, now I'm giving you one more hint. I can see there are 2 columns which have 5 numbers filled in it. So there are 2 columns, okay, which has most number filled. So you are going to help me here to find those 2 columns. You can answer as C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. Come on. So you have 5 seconds for that. Okay, I got the answer C1, but there are two columns. There are two columns. I can see there are two columns which has most number filled in it. C1 and C5. That's very correct. It's C1 and C5. Okay, so let's have a look on C1. Okay, so it has 3, it has 4, 5, 6, 2. Which number is missing here? It's 1. Perfect. Okay, now let's move ahead with C5. Okay, so C5 has 1, 2, 4, 5, 3. So which number is missing here? It's 6. Okay, now moving ahead, we have another row. I got a row now which has maximum number filled inside it. Okay, so can anyone tell me which row is it? Is it row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6? Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5 or row 6. Okay, I can see a row which has maximum number filled. So what we are, as of now, we have like in 6 by 6 we have used low hanging fruit technique, right? And somewhere I use notes as well. So this is a thing we have to keep in mind, which technique we are using. So row 2, yes, that's correct. We got the answer here as a row 2. Okay, so row 2 has 1, 2, 3 is not here in row 2. So I'm going to put 3 over here. Okay, now here comes the tricky question for you. Now you have to tell me which row, column or block you see that has most number filled. It could be a row, it could be a column, or it could be a block. What do you think? Because I can see, but this time I'm not going to give you the option. So I'm going to ask, is it a row, column or a block which has maximum number filled in it? So I'm repeating my question. Now you have to tell me in chat which row, column or a block. It could be anything. It has most number filled inside it. So you have to answer as, let's say if you are answering rows, in terms of rows, so you have to mention R1, R2 in this way. If you are answering in terms of columns, you have to answer C1, C2. If you are answering for blocks, you have to see B1, B2, B3, B4 like that. Okay, I'm getting some answers, but I'm expecting some more answers, okay? So now which one has most number filled in it? Is it a row, is it a column or is it a block? So I can see there is a block 1. If you guys see, this is block 1 and it has all 5 numbers. Only one number is missing and it is nothing but 6. And voila, you solved 2 blocks here, right? Okay, now let's move ahead. What else can we do? Now, what do I see here? I can see there are, in column 4, there are 2 blocks. Okay, so there can be 2 possible numbers. Alright, so let's write it down. Okay, so here we have 2, here we have 3, 4 and 6. That means 1 and 5 is missing. So I'm going to write 1 and 5. I'm going to write 1 and 5 over here. Okay. So this time you have to answer here, which number should I eliminate in column 4? In first cell, which number should we eliminate? So what you can see here, 1 is already there. So that means we can eliminate 1 and write 5. Now similarly here you can see 5 is already here. So we can eliminate 5 and keep 1. Okay. Now I will again go with the maximum numbers filled. Okay. I will again find which block, which row or which column has maximum number filled. So I can see here this block 2. So if you can see in block 2 has 5 numbers already filled. There's 1 number left. Okay, so which number is it? It's nothing but 2 here. Okay. All right, so here with your help, kids, we were able to solve 3 blocks. Now 3 more are left. Okay. Now let's proceed. So here again we have maximum filled column, I can say. There are 4 numbers already here. So 2 numbers are left. Okay. So, but here you can see the 2 is repeating. So we will not have to take 2. Okay. Instead we can take 4. Okay. Now here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are left with 5 and 6, and here also 5 and 6. Okay. So now you have to tell me which number should I eliminate. Okay, so now let's pay attention here. If you can see here, from here I didn't get any clue, right? Whether I have to take 5 or 6, because 5 is not here. Okay, neither it's here. But I can see in the second one, this cell, if you go this way, this row, you can see the 5 is already here. In that case, we will have to eliminate 5 and keep 6. Okay, so now here what are we left with? We are left with the number 5. Okay, so you can use these techniques and you can solve this whole grid. Okay, so now I'm keeping these 2 for you only. You guys can take screenshot and you can do it. Okay, that's very great. All right, so now here, since you guys have learned the techniques, so I want you guys to use your techniques, and you can fill, you can use, you can try this 9 by 9 Sudoku as well. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the session. And one thing that I would like to say, I really enjoyed the session with you. The way you are actively participating here and the way you have given the answers, that was really great. So thank you all of you for joining. So, and yeah, one more thing that I would like to say, this is the website sudoku.com. I will just put the link in the description box, because you can, it's very convenient to use it and you can practice. Okay. So as we can say, it's not a puzzle, it's more than that. Okay. It's like a brain exercise. Okay. So thank you all again. Happy Sudokuing.